When they told me I had celiac disease, I felt really sad and I cried because I didn't know what it was and I didn't know how to treat it, and I knew I was going to feel different from everybody else because of what I had to eat.
Every year, because I have diabetes, I have a test to check for lots of different illnesses, and in that test they found out that I had celiac disease, and that's the only reason I actually know that I have it.
Eating gluten damages the lining of the small intestine. In a healthy small intestine, the villi, which are finger-like projections in the gut, allow the body to absorb nutrients from the food we eat into the blood. In untreated celiac disease, villi become inflamed and flattened together. This means that the body cannot absorb all the nutrients from food properly.
I can remember having an injection and then falling asleep and then waking up coughing because I'd had a camera down my throat. So then I had to have an operation to see if it really was and to see what my villi were doing. They were all sort of flat when they should be all sort of spiky. So they knew it was celiac disease.
Usually if they don't have things in their house for me, then I'll bring my own stuff around. Like sometimes I make myself gluten-free pasta with like salmon and pesto, which is quite nice to have as a lunch, so I'll bring that round in a little container and they can just have what they're having for lunch, so it's okay.
Do you remember when you came to my house the other day?
Yeah, that's fine, wasn't it? Because you just got some like gluten-free pasta, didn't you?
Yeah.
And that's good because it was like the same as what all yous had, just gluten-free. But yeah, it's fine like coming to parties at yours, isn't it? Because obviously your parents know and they just get something for me before.
And it's easy enough to find because it's all kind of like labelled out.
Yeah,
Yeah, my dad just went to Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
When I was younger, going into restaurants, I always didn't like it. I was sort of always a bit too nervous to go and talk to anybody, so I delegated to my mum to ask the waiter for me because there was no way I was going to talk to a random stranger. As I've been sort of going out on my own, I've suddenly been, hang on, there's no one to ask for me. If I don't ask, I'm going to go hungry. So I think I've just sort of had to, and as the fact I'm going out on my own anyway, my confidence with people has obviously increased.
When I went to the party on Saturday, it was pretty much my best friend's party, and everyone had chicken nuggets and pizza and crisps, and I couldn't have them. So what Mum had done, she'd rung up, asked if it was okay if we could bring our own food, and then we cooked it at home, and then brought it cold, and then they just heated it up for us, and I had exactly the same as everybody else, but gluten-free.
So it's never really stopped you going anywhere, has it, having celiac disease?
No, because you can either sort of take food, like for people to heat up or whatever, or they'll just do it for us. More people invite me because they know that it's not going to be a problem for food or anything because you're already good.
My celiac disease, I think it's just another thing that I need to get on with on a day-to-day basis. Just keep going, make sure I'm always eating gluten-free food. Just get on with it.
Best thing is just feeling a lot better and knowing that it will make an improvement in the future, and it's a lot more healthier diet as well.
The best thing about having celiac disease is that I'm on a much healthier diet. For example, now I bring fruit with me to school instead of just a packet of crisps, and I'm not having my stomach cramps.
If I met someone who's newly been diagnosed, I would tell them that they will be able to cope and they just have to find what they can and can't eat. And I would tell them not to cheat on purpose because I'd have to have lots of blood tests and they're not very nice.
I'd tell them not to worry because it will be fine. You will just get on with it.
If I met someone who's newly diagnosed, I would say that it is a little bit difficult at the start just to get used to everything, but after you have got used to it, it's fine, and like you don't really notice any big changes. And I'd also say don't risk eating something because it isn't worth risking it and then getting the pains or after.